thinking about what you were saying about, people going to college and then, it's like the academic brain.
Right.
But everybody that works with their hands is like more common sensical. I guess that's a word. I mean, they kind of use their
How
common
about this?
sense because
How
they
about this? Practical.
practical. Um, as like my cousin, I remember when I was younger, she brought her boyfriend over, which is her husband now, and we're sitting there eating breakfast, and he's like, "Oh, I got cream in my coffee, but I can't stir it because I used my spoon to eat." And I looked at him. I grabbed the spoon, turned it upside down with the handle, and stirred his coffee. So there you go. And he's like, "That's ingenious." I'm like, "No, it's common sense." I mean, he was a computer whiz. He actually helped create Java, and he didn't think like that. The brain is totally different. But I have encountered, um,
Well,
like when I was a
maybe,
sheriff. Huh?
maybe, maybe it's the difference between analog and digital.
True,
All right.
true.
The dynamic is that you go to college and you learn rules, right? You learn
Hmm.
parameters, you learn boundaries, you learn, the way things operate in that sort of way. But if you're doing things with your hands, you're actually learning by doing. In other words, it's not a mental process, it's a physical one, a practical one that leads to
Right.
practical things. You need practical tools to work with. You need a Dremel, you need needles, you need thread, you need the pieces that you use to bring things together. To create in that sort of way, you need to have that dynamic of that creativity and that emotion. In other words, you
Hmm.
not shaping your creativity to a preconceived written set of standards.
Right.
Well, that's the difference between the analog and the digital right there. Go ahead.
Hmm.
Would analog then be more in the moment?
Yeah, more in the moment, but it's more connected with emotion. You see, you've got
Hmm.
to be in that dynamic of doing what is happening is you are manifesting emotion into a physical form through the dynamics of doing. Okay, and you guys that are or metaphysicians often will try to do it from your head. As a matter of fact, you'll always try to do it from your head. And that's fine, except until you hit the yeah buts, which you won't
Right.
hit. But those that are working with their hands, those are that tend to be working more in the analog and that sort of. That's why we suggest everyone get a hobby. Just get a hobby where you're just creating something. Maybe it's just you're just doing artwork. Maybe you're just sketching. Maybe you're just doing a coloring book. In that sort of way, whatever it
Right.
takes to begin to take that creativity and to actually do something to manifest it
Right. I
rather than always just arguing over the rules.